What's good, gang? Today, I'll be reviewing the new map and giving my thoughts on it because, as you already know, my opinion matters the most. As usual, the join time takes so long that I almost begun considering the idea of taking a shower or getting a job. But we all know that's not happening, so such ideas got dismissed almost as fast as me going to bug reports or questions to complain about something. I am convinced the mods hate me by now. Anyways, I skipped over that because it is so boring that me commentating over it will be rage-inducingly unentertaining for the audience. As usual, I had to check if the stupid-ass bug that adds an extra copy of a chromosome to your character was still there. Spoiler alert, yes, it is still there, so good luck enduring this shit to any other mobile players out there. We stand united. I don't know why my dumbass decided to reset knowing full well that it won't fix anything, because the second I press teleports, that shit is going to rip the jump and move buttons out of my grasp. So first of all, I think they added more trees and greenery, which is pretty nice, because half the people on this shitty-ass game need to touch some fucking grass. Cough, skis. Anyways, I decided to check the quote school that had been teased in the Sneak Peeks channel. To me, the exterior feels more like that of a hospital or a motel, but that's besides the point. I'm more interested in the interior of the thing. Pardon my stupidity here. I wasn't previously aware you must click on the doors in order to enter the building. I must say though, the one-way blacked out windows do a good job of separating the inside from the outside. It looks nice in my opinion. While examining the outside, I saw text in Japanese, so as you know I had to translate it. For some reason Google Translate assumed I speak Spanish, which despite my name being Leche, I do not. No worries though, allow me to fix it, so we can read it. Karakura disease. Isn't that just lovely? Something tells me this wasn't supposed to be a school or office building. But I digress. Since I am an honest person, I'll be giving an honest rating, and that honest rating is that I feel like the school is too modern. I'm not kept up with the server's roleplay lore, but assuming it's the same timeline as Bleach's, I doubt this is accurate. Bonus points for the nice view. This definitely does not feel like a public school, which personally isn't a good thing, but to each their own. Overall, the place feels empty, and I definitely preferred the old school in Naruki. But I'm sure half of y'all don't roleplay in schools, which is really apparent due to how uneducated and autistic some of you are. Anyways, on to the meat and potatoes of the update, Naruki itself. I'd say it looks really nice, and definitely feels more city-like than before, which in retrospective sounds kind of retarded to say, but you get what I mean. Anyways, another pretty well-awaited thing was added, aka the hospital. To be completely honest, the entrance really reminds me of the hospital in Zaibatsu, which is a good thing, unless you're one of the few people who fall to the ground and start foaming at the mouth upon the mention of that gooner and fail roleplayer-infested game. The elevators are unusable, which we later find out is because the hospital itself is ableist or just unfinished, so for now we only have the check-in. However, there is one empty giant room, so I suppose Malevolent is going to be working on the hospital in the future. Moving on to the other half of Naruki, the place gets a lot more colorful. You wouldn't be wrong to assume its citizens are currently celebrating Pride Month, but that's besides the point. The graveyard remains pretty much the same, not much to say here. The park is a lot greener now, definitely feels more disconnected from the busy cityscape. I could imagine some of my OCs coming here. Didn't see any benches though, which could have been a nice addition. Moving on, before I get a PTSD attack from a god-modding Vasto Lord, I fought around here once. Overall, this is definitely a change for the better. Given, I wish the school was still here. On to the bridge, which is among my favorite places on this game. The view is thankfully pretty much the same, but if I had to make a criticism, it's that I feel like the river could be wider. Billions must love Yuru Riri. Karakura is still the same. I doubt much has changed. Other than one thing that really bothers me, so Malevolent, just know your ass crack isn't safe. Here I was checking up on the place, which some of you might already know I always utilize. I don't know why, but apparently Ririka, my OC who lives here, was too fucking broke to pay the bills and had the goddamn repo man take away all of her possessions. This shit was so tragic that even Spotify decided to show up so I could play some depressing music in order to cope. I don't know what kind of business you sexual deviants got up to in here, because I don't know for what other reason the bed has been removed, but just so you know, I will personally track you down and castrate you, because this shit is unforgivable. Anyways, one must thank God and the flying spaghetti monster that they didn't make any other major changes to the cafe, or what I like to call a bakery. But you're not here to listen to me yap about OC lore. The home of the biggest aura farmer in history also remains the same, so I won't be going over it. Another important part of the update, the change of terrain. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I can't say it doesn't look good. Overall, the change isn't that noticeable in the grand scheme of things, and I'm glad this'll allow Malevolent to make more maps more efficiently. Anyways, this is all the same. I already went over the bug earlier, so I won't drag it. Last but not least, I forgot to talk about the execution bar thing. Overall, it looks pretty nice. The atmosphere is just right. It is definitely a good place to start out at if you're an aspiring alcoholic parent, or if you need to drink away your worries after spending all your money on below mid, gooner, gotcha games. That is all for today though. I know you'd probably like to hear me yap some more, but it is what it is. Overall, the update is good, and with some time I believe I will be able to fully adjust to the new map. That's about it, bye.